What's up, guys? So I've just picked up Night of the Dead. It's a fairly new title on early access with Steam, and in Philippines it was about 550 pesos. And it's got zombies, survival, and base building. So that all sounds really fun to me, so I had to grab it. And mainly because I also wanted to do performance tests because I saw people saying that the graphics were pretty good. You can see on the store page, if I can just bring it up now. Where is the store page? Oh, it's here. On the store page, there's reviews leaving a lot of good feedback, and some of them were mentioning the optimization is good, but obviously for all different setups, I've seen a lot of 1080p videos on YouTube, but not many ultra-wide or no ultra-wide videos. There was a 4K one, and I honestly don't know what to expect because there was someone saying that, or asking on Reddit if it supports ultra-wide when I looked up if it supports ultra-wide, and there was no answer. But apparently it's a two-man dev team, so you know that I wouldn't expect too much. But looking at the screenshots and what the game has, it's got tower building, like tower defense style third-person building, and yeah, it just looks interesting to try out. And you can see here it's got like the Rust style bases. Apparently, I've read a little bit about how the game works, and the gist of it is every midnight, like you scavenge during the day, and then at midnight the zombies come, and you got to survive for X amount of days. I think it could be 28 days in reference to the 28 Days Later movies. I'm not sure if it goes past that. And yeah, hordes come, and you got to build traps, and the target of the zombies is actually your character. So you have to stand somewhere in, like for example, if you build a base, you've got to stand in a path that's reachable by the zombies, otherwise they destroy your foundations. So, they'll start attacking your base at the walls and at the foundations instead of trying to run through your maze or whatever you've set up. So it's got some like mechanics that sound really solid, and yeah, we'll see if the performance is any good because there's a lot of people trying it with 1080 Ti's, and obviously a 1080 Ti is going to perform well. They've got high VRAM, but more importantly, it's an NVIDIA card, and I'm running AMD. So without that many AMD testers, I've decided to jump in and be one of the guinea pigs. So you can see I've already booted up the game. I've had a look at the game settings, but I haven't jumped into the game optimization yet, which I wanted to share with everyone to give people an idea of what to expect. So when you first go into the game, VSync's on by default. I've disabled that. Display mode is a bit niggly, like it's not refined yet. If you switch between these too much, you can end up with a resolution that has your menu, like for example, you got to click OK to accept the changes in resolution. But if you're in a windowed mode and you accidentally set it to 4K, for example, and your monitor's not 4K, it can end up that your mouse and your menu are offset, so they're not in alignment, and it's hard to actually click OK. So just be aware of that. I've set it to full screen, which seems to work. But as you can see here, like even now it's doing it. My mouse has to be down here to access the menus. So yeah, you just got to be aware of that. And you can see here, I can't even find the no button. There we go. I'll put it back to how it was. So I've set it to 1440p because 4K, there's no ultra wide option that I could find, and 4K was just not working for me. I've done it again. Where is it? It's over here. There. So yeah, I've set it to 1440p. That seems to run the best. And I tried originally all very high, and that had me running at 45 FPS. And I ended up settling, because pop-in is the most annoying thing. I don't care if the graphics are cartoony or not, the highest fidelity, but pop-in bothers me so much when you see a tree just appear within a few meters of your character. So foliage and view distance affect the pop-in. So obviously for trees, the foliage on the actual trees themselves, like the higher parts of the trees, as well as the big on oak trees like that you can see in the distance, foliage setting seems to affect both, and view distance seems to affect objects like boxes, cars, and rocks. So both of them need to be maxed if you want to minimize pop-in. And the FPS hit isn't that bad provided your effects isn't turned up. So effects seems to be model quality, even though it's called effects. It actually mentions material fidelity. So when you turn that up, you take like a 10 FPS hit for every tier that you increase it, along with shadows. Shadows seem to have a minimal effect actually. When I turned shadows up, I wasn't seeing huge FPS hits like with some games. but I kept it on low for performance sake because it is hard to push through ultra wide or 1440p on my specs, and I'm not sure if this is working properly. Like, you can see the aspect ratio, and I'm running on 3440 by 1440 monitor. It looks to scale on my end, so it seems to be scaling in full screen mode. But one thing I've done that I'll share with you guys is you go into where you've installed it, or not where you've installed it, but into users, username, app data, local, LF, saved, and I think it's config, not save games. Wait, let me check. No, it's config. So in config Windows No Editor, there's a file called game user settings, and some of these options won't be in there by default. You might have to copy them. But basically, I went and looked. I think it's based on Unreal 4, and I found some config edits that might work. So I added in like roughly this much line, like this much. Like, this wasn't here. I added that in, and everything else was empty. Like, the only other thing that was showing up was this shader pipeline, but all this other stuff wasn't there. And I added this in, and I put in my custom resolution, which is my monitor, and even though the game still says 2560 by 1440, it seems to be scaling properly when I set 3440 by 1440. So, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm not an expert to check the window resolution size in full screen. All I can say is that when I'm actually playing, it seems to look better. So if you're on ultra wide, that might be one fix you can try. And then after setting this stuff up, actually after setting this only, like this resolution size X and Y, the last user confirmed actually popped up by itself. So that's telling me that the engine seems to have figured it out. I don't know. And some of these only popped up after I edited them in game and saved and exited the game. But if you like launch the game and try to find this file, it'll be mostly empty, and a lot of it appears after you run the game and then close it. But anyway, so that's just one thing I've done. I've added this resolution XY. There is an annoying motion blur that seems to be tied with post-processing, but there's also a performance hit at this resolution that is also tied to post-processing, so I just run low, even though higher levels do improve the image quality. I am a lot more concerned just about overall performance. And anti-aliasing is actually a really important one in this game because it makes, without it, everything looks film grained, if that makes sense. So I can actually show you. I'll just start a new game up. And I'll go on peaceful because this is performance testing. And I guess this is an FPS fix guide because there probably are other people with similar specs to mine or having low performance in this game in general. And I like to tweak and figure out what works. So as you can see here, this is my apparently 3440 by 1440, but I'm using, if I change it to 4K mode in game, for example, I do take a big FPS hit. So the 3440 by 1440, I'm not sure if that's actually enabling it natively in the game or if it's just affecting the aspect ratio, which it could be. But changing in-game resolution after setting that will obviously reset it, so I don't want to mess with that. But I was taking a huge FPS hit trying to run the 4K mode. It'll be great when they actually add proper ultra-wide support though, because I really don't like going into config files. But enough of that. So as you can see here, this is what I wanted to show you. It does let you change stuff dynamically in the game, but see when I set that, everything looks pixelated and grainy. It's a weird type, like normally AA, you mostly just worry about the edges of stuff, like you can see the edge of this car, there's a lot of jaggies, but it's affecting the road a lot. And just in general, when I move, it's like stuff's flickering. That's from having AA turned down. So I don't know what exactly the AA mode is, which form of AA, but all I know is that turning it up to medium doesn't fix it. There's still, see the road, it looks a bit funny. So you see the road still looks really grainy unless I look at a close angle like that. That looks alright, but if I look just over there, it looks like really pixelated or film grain affected. And if I go to high, not so bad. You can see that difference. It just looks a lot cleaner. And I was testing, like, obviously really far away still looks a bit grainy, but it looks much better in general, like overall. The jaggies are basically gone on close objects. But one thing I noticed, turning it up to very high, for me, does basically nothing. So it could just be the resolution. It doesn't benefit a large amount from going from high to very high. So in favor of performance, let's just leave that at high. And in case you haven't noticed, you can see my GPU usage Where at 65 FPS, even in the menu, if I get out of here, yeah, 65 FPS with an uncapped frame rate, but the GPU usage is like, it's sitting on 99% for such a, it's just a bit weird, and it's moving around a little bit. I'm seeing a few spikes here and there. The VRAM usage is good. I checked with Windows to see if there's any weird behavior with the total GPU memory usage exceeding the graphics card, but it's on 5.1 total, so that's good. And as you can see, it's using DirectX 11, so normally that's only an issue with DirectX 12 titles. So other than that, you can see, so I've set that up. I've left post-processing on low, because if I turn it up, I'll just show you what I mean. Turn it up, there's a bit more fog, but see that? A really annoying motion blur appears, and there is a way to actually manually disable the motion blur through the config files, but it gets reset as soon as you start changing the post-processing setting, which if you're testing, it's kind of pointless to exit the game fully to turn it on and off all the time. So I just turn it off that way, and I get rid of the fog. Well, there's still a bit of fog, but I don't know, it's a subtle fog effect when you turn up the post-processing. The more visual, like larger visual impact comes from shadows and effects, but mostly effects because that's model quality. And if I turn that up, like you can see the game will actually, everything will lag for a second. And you can see that, or maybe you can see that the fidelity of objects, it looks a little bit better, like the cars, the materials they're made of, the metal. Might be a little bit hard to tell. But I know the FPS hit that I'm getting is larger, because I'm not even hitting 60 anymore. Now I'm down at 53. So that was like going from low to high. You can see the car, like it's reflecting a lot better. See over here? The reflection, that's the effects going in. I don't think I'll get that on low. But going from low to high, I took like at least 5 FPS hit, and it doesn't. Does it go higher? No, it does go to very high. And now I'm down at 50 FPS. So that's the performance killer. And then I can also turn up shadows, but I mean it does add shadows, but they're so subtle. Like low there's a minimum quality of shadows that still includes game shadows anyway. So it just seems to improve maybe the clarity of the shadows, but because the shadows still exist on low, it's not as jarring. Like you don't notice that you've set it to low as much as some games. But you can see now turning shadows up in conjunction with effects. High is the maximum, but that's dropped my FPS to 42. So I'll just turn effects back down, and we'll see if we can get away with only high shadows. So effects is back down. We're still on an 8 FPS hit from just the shadows. Let's see if that reflection's still there. Oh, it is. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't there. Maybe it was something else that's causing that reflection on the car. But I don't know. It's weird. You can kind of tell that everything looks a little bit more grainy. It's not just placebo. But for me, the pop in like this. I'll show you this real quick because it's so annoying. This is horrible. Like, see this pop in business. I don't care if I'm running 100 FPS. I don't enjoy running and seeing stuff appearing, and like it's not super optimized in my opinion. Come back. I'm just punching it. I haven't got my knife out. Come at me. Oh, there's some nice blood there. It's really good. But yeah, as you can see, the pop-in is horrible, and it's weird. See that? I'm running closer, trees are disappearing. I'm running backwards, trees are appearing. So it's not highly optimized for some reason, because it's early access. But anyway, you can minimize most of that pop-in by maxing those. You can get your performance back by lowering these. And as you can see, the shadows are still there. Like, I've got it on low shadows. Okay? And we're still getting shadows. So it's not like you're losing all your visual fidelity, but you do gain a lot of the density back by favoring the view distance over the... And with foliage also, you get all your grass back, which still looks great, even without your effects and stuff turned up. in post-processing. But anyway, enough talk about that. One thing I wanted to point out, if you didn't notice, even when I went down to 45 FPS, this GPU usage just was staying capped at 99. And I think lack of optimization, because the CPU's under 50%, like it's not being highly utilized, only 2 cores, 2 or 3, 4? Okay, maybe 5 cores, actually. But it's all over the place, like as you can see there, it's not consistent, and it's not hitting overall 40% even. But one thing I was suspecting, as you can see how I'm on 99%, but the frame rate's always above 60, like at least with these settings, it's jumping up to 65, and we're seeing a lot of these little blips on the frame time graph. To me, that's hinting towards an optimization issue. It's as if the game is trying to just push maximum frame rates at all times, and it's probably dropping frames with those frame time spikes. So it's trying to push max frames, and for whatever reason, lack of optimization, or the GPU just can't, it's getting an excess of frames pushed through to it that it can't produce. But basically, you can go into here's the path, Steam library, Steam app, common, Night of the Dead, LF binaries, Win64, LF Win64 shipping. You can go into that, add it to your Riva tuner, and set a cap for whatever, something close, like preferably an even refresh rate type of number. Like I'm on 100 Hz, but I would still set a 60 FPS cap rather than a 65 FPS cap, because I'm on 100 Hz. If I was on 60 Hz, I'd probably shoot for 55 or 60, well, depending on what frame rate I'm getting. You don't want it to be jumping above and below your refresh rate. So either keep it under your refresh rate by a little bit, or keep it over it if you can produce the performance, but don't have it capped on exactly 60, because you'll just get crazy tearing. So based on what I was getting in these weird frame spikes, like when I'm running and I'm getting actually over 60 at times, many of the times, I think I can reduce CPU overhead or frame call overhead by simply capping the FPS to 60, and that should prevent a lot of the blips that we're seeing. Like this is just unoptimization that they have to slowly fix as they develop the game. But I'm not bagging on the devs, because yeah, 2-man team, that this game's already nice for what it is. 60. And we'll see if the performance overall improves and we get rid of those blips setting it to 60. So I'll just run around, gives it the frame rate some time to balance out. Okay, let's just sit here and see how it goes. 60. And that's weird, because it was sitting at 99%, and it was only jumping up to 63 to 68, right? 63 to 68 utilization, frame rate, FPS, but the utilization was stuck at 99, so that was telling me it was dropping frames. That's what my theory. And just capping it to 60, which is only it's like a handful of FPS lower, has dropped our utilization by 5 to 10%. And that is resulting in smoother gameplay. We might still get some blips here and there. Like, yeah, see when I'm turning the camera real fast, it's loading something, or something's popping in that I can't see off screen. But it feels a lot smoother, and that looks a lot smoother in terms of frame times. Like that blip is, yeah, it's there, it exists, but it's not like constant up and down as it was before. I have it on peaceful, so these zombies are obviously not going to be hard. But yeah, as you can see, my GPU is not maxed out anymore, especially indoors. Who's coming to get me? Soundstage is pretty decent. So yeah, I don't know how the mechanics of the game work yet. I've got to learn it as I go. But I just wanted to share performance with this setup, with this older CPU and the RX5700. And as you can see, the frame rate cap has definitely helped. So if you're having unstable frames, try capping it to something just under your average, preferably. You see a little bit of stutter there when I tried to jump real fast. Not bad though. I mean, it's early access. But yeah, if you run everything very high, you can expect around 40 FPS, 40, 45. And I'm not sure if capping at that point would really benefit you that much. I mean, you could cap it, you'd probably get a little bit smoother frame times because it's not going to be trying to push unnecessary frames that aren't optimized properly. But I don't know how much headroom that's going to create with such a low frame rate anyway, because of the higher GPU demand. Like the CPU is obviously not struggling. Oh, it takes a whole door. Jeez. What is that? Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. That was like a mini boss, a stronger mob, and he dropped rubber. There we go, there's some loot on these zombies. But yeah, for those that haven't looked up this game, it's just basic. I'm not in survival mode because it's, you know, I'm on peaceful just to test the settings. But it's crafting, looting, and one thing we've got to get into when I get back out in the open is the building side of it. As you can see here, craft, material production table, crafting table. I need stone. Okay, so I need equipment, which needs stones and tree branches. Utility, small console. What does that do? Raw material, and then there's all sorts of traps. Pretty nice actually. And this menu is nice too, like it feels good. It's not clunky at all. That is very fast and fairly intuitive feeling. Although, okay, when you close the menu, you lose, it doesn't just stay on whatever you were on. Which can be good or bad, I guess, because you want to, like, if you want to back out real quick, you don't have to, actually no, right click does the same thing. So if you want to switch menus real quick, I guess you can do that. So my FPS counter is not working properly. I'm just going to quickly restart Afterburner, which is going to reset the FPS cap. Not a huge deal, but... See, if I wasn't running the FPS cap, you could probably get away with 40 FPS. I don't know how the hordes would go for the TD part, but you could probably get away with 40 FPS with it feeling pretty smooth. Because I did try a little bit at very high, and it wasn't horrible feeling. Like, you know, some games running at 30 FPS or 40 FPS feel unplayable. It felt not bad. Combat fairly basic at this point, or on peaceful. This is all fairly straightforward looting. Oh whoa! What did I get into here? Take all? I guess. So I've aggroed something through a wall. What? It's fine. They probably heard me, so bye. Wait, can I loot this log? No. Go away. Can I close this door? Oh, kind of. Oh. I had to try it. See what it would do. Give me loot. Okay, I can hide the UI with the U button. There's no loot on that one. So you can see my FPS counter now. It is actually very stable FPS. Probably because of the cap partly, but... Oh, spoke too soon. Game saved just when that happened. An automatic save. So, inventory. I just realized I've got an inventory. How do I equip this? Just like that. Energy bar. One. Okay, cool. I got a sword now. It's pretty sick. Is that a bird? Do I have any ranged weapon? No. Can I craft a ranged weapon? Craft. Equipment. Production table. Stones. Crafting table. I need stone. Okay, so I can start with this work table. Crafting table. Before I get the equipment production table. Okay. So what I need is stones, which I won't find in here. It's interesting there's research material, so that's what we use for teching. Can I climb? Nope. Wait a sec. Can I build here? I need logs. Just out of curiosity, can I build here? No. This is a strong looking. What the heck? What the heck? Oh. Stomp. Ground stomp. Glad it's on peaceful. Oh no, I had on. Yeah, peaceful. Testing. What's wrong? I guess that just means that maybe waves don't come or they aggro further away. I mean, they aggro much closer, you have to get closer. Anyway, I needed... Can I build in this facility? That's what I was going to check. Okay, so if I go to build the crafting table, I still don't have big stones. Material production cable. Table. Cable. Is that a big stone? It's a box. Just... Nope. Craft a felling axe. Oh, here, handmade. I'm stupid. It's been right, the OSD was covering it a little bit for me. So I need a felling axe to chop trees to get logs. Okay. That took me 10 years to figure out, because it kept showing it in the top left. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'll craft one when I get to that. I could already craft it. Pickaxe for mining ore, claw hammer for destroying buildings, and bolts. So handmade's a thing. Okay, so I got the felling axe. I did just craft one, right? Where'd it go? Oh, it's there. In with the clothing. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the other end. Okay, so 8. Yeah. It's not gonna work on the barrel. Okay, so I actually tried chopping these smaller trees before on my first stuff around. Or one of the trees, maybe not this type of tree, but it wouldn't let me do it without an axe. I think it was bigger trees. But we'll see now what happens. If we get the forest type action. Seems to be doing something. Yeah! Logs. Cool. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. Can I chop any type of tree? Crumbled like rocks. Why? That's not how. That's not. Whatever. Okay. So I'm just gonna use this. Like, I could restart a new game in normal, but I actually just want to learn some mechanics first before bothering. And then I want to see if I can build anywhere, or if I have to establish a base away from, like, fixed buildings. Foundation. So let's pretend I want to build this. No. Build the foundation. Or foundation. Yes. No, I can't build here. I don't think. B. What about crafting table? Can I just... Material? No. Equipment production table? No. Okay. Like, nothing's coming up that's allowing me to build when I click it. Yeah. So I must have to... Let me just... Oh, don't kill me. I think these hit a lot harder on the other difficulties. Okay. So, what do I want to do? Bit of stutter there, bit of lag. I need normal stones. Like, I don't know where they are. Is this a normal? Do I need a pickaxe for this? Maybe. Pickaxe. Craft. There we go. Do they have durability? No, I don't have to worry about it. That's nice. Give me stone. Wait, did I already get some? The heck? I don't know. Maybe I have to like fully break it. There we go. Boulder, stone. Okay, cool. I got some stone. That's what I wanted. Can it work on any stone? Nice. Sweet. But where to build? Do I have a... I thought I could just click it and it would build it somewhere, like it would pull out of it or something. I'm trying to drag it. Nope. I'm gonna try, just for now, I'm just gonna try running out into the bushes away from the road and stuff. It could be something to do with the building location. Like, they want you to build out in the bush for whatever reason. Is that gold? No, it's a mushroom thing. Floor, foundation, B. Okay, sometimes there's like a button I've got to be missing, eh? Crouch, light is L, build is B, which is what I've been pressing. And that's it. Heck. Wish I knew that a little earlier. Here I was pressing T for torch. Wait, is T bound to anything? T is bound to interaction 3, whatever that is. Okay, left click, left click. Oh my god. Are you serious? The whole time. Like, the tutorial doesn't tell you exactly where to press, but geez, like, I'm stupid. It's just there. The button's just above the... Or was that not there before? I'm sure I would have seen that. Foundation, build, it's just here. Like, so if you click here, obviously it's not going to do anything. But, that's the build button. Oh my god. Wait, I've got to run back to the highway now, just to make sure that I'm not going crazy. Because I was trying to build back here and I wasn't seeing like any option, like it wasn't appearing as a template for me to set the building down. And I thought maybe that's why I was running into the mountains, but maybe the button was just there and I wasn't mousing over it. I'm going mad, guys. Oh my god. My gosh. I've lost the plot. I could have done this back in the industrial place. That's nice. At least I know now. I mean, but someone who's actually played would have been looking at me like, how stupid is this guy? Now seriously though, like you click it and you don't think like, what? Why wouldn't it just? And it's here. Just proof I need sleep. so I can build right next to other buildings. Dude, that is weird. Or can I? Can I? So Q can just, I can lower it and raise it, but seriously though, that tripped me out. That I didn't realize. Snap Alt. What does that mean? Rotate. Okay, I can rotate it. It's interesting. If I put it higher, it doesn't work. Snap's not working. Let's just try that, just to see what happens. Okay. Forgive me guys for wasting your time. Stairs. L-shaped stairs. Stairs. How does this work? This kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, if I press Alt, it seems to adjust positioning, but a bit weird. Why would I want that over normal stairs? Are normal stairs really tiny? No, they're huge. And if I go Alt, let's see how that snap works. No. Oh, there we go. Yeah, if I have it close, like it's a little bit close, but it seems to automatically snap by itself too. Like I'm not pressing Alt and that's doing snap there. But if I put it out a little bit and then press Alt, nothing. Yeah, it has to be pretty close to it to actually get it to snap in the first place. So it's kind of, I don't know, like it's snapping by itself. Like when I just move this around and go close to it, it is finding its own way. And my goal is to get to the roof to do stuff. Can I just do it like that? Pretty cool if I could. Are you serious? That is sick. I'm probably out of wood by now though. Or I need to build another platform or something. Wait, no, it does let me do that, so snap. Snap. Wall, floor. Maybe if I put a floor here. Does it let me? Or it's just too high? Oh, yeah, see, it lets me put a lower one. So, by that logic, if I put a foundation, I need more logs. Maybe that's why I couldn't build stairs. Do stairs need logs? Bridge. L-shaped stairs. Could that work? Sorry guys, I'm just experimenting to see what I can do at this point. Column. Build. Ooh, this could be interesting. Can I stack columns? Like that. Oh, I can, but I put that too close. Wait. I needed it to be over to the left a bit. Let's see if I get materials back. Wow, there's strong columns. Okay, I got some lumber back. Let's try to do that column thing again. Floor, wall, column. I want to see if I can support stairs with this. Because I did want to just have stairs going higher. Like maybe about there. Kind of winging it, but see if it works out. put anything on the column. Oh. Maybe I could put a floor on the column. Kind of. I can attach stuff to that column. So it's kind of like you'd have to play the game a bit to get a feel for the angles that stuff can go at. But that'll do the job. So now I can get more stairs going, hopefully. Nope. Maybe here? Kind of. This isn't going to be my main base or anything. This is experimental in this mode anyway. Snap is not working. It's just probably too high up. Yeah, but over here seemed to work. That was weird. It was letting me do an almost... Was that onto the pillar? Snap. Snap. Damn you. Let's just try that. Oh. Wait, maybe I can just attach it to the roof. Kind of. No. Maybe. Lets me build on the roof, but... Actually, if I could build a floor on the roof somehow. Like that. But over a bit. No. Wait, could it just be that I'm out of materials? No, I've got enough. That's weird. Let me build on that weird post. Huh. Fall damage hurts. Yeah, I'm out of materials, so... Oh, that would do. I just need more materials. Stop taking damage from tiny falls. all I wanted. Now what do I do? There we go. What happens now if I stay here during Horde Night? Nothing, I guess. Just wouldn't be able to clear it. Okay, so let's build in the middle actually, just in case there's, I don't know if there's any ranged mobs in this, but just in case. And then equipment, material. Now I need crafting table, which needs more lumber. Okay. Lumber needs logs. And this needs one-handed axe. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Wow. I'll have to move my OSD in a bit. Maybe the next video I'll get rid of this overlay. Food bag, increase food capacity, material bag. Oh, I like that. Can I eat these? No. Poison? Poison. Oh, right click. Eats it. Cool. What do these do? Can't break them down. And these do nothing. 0% miss carry. Where are the bags on her though? Alrighty, that'll do. Wait, can I fall down this? It's weird looking glass. Guess not. Oh, I can chop this. Pretty cool. Big map. Oh no. Worst idea, wasn't it? Not doing that properly. I just spammed it last time. Oh, whatever. Okay. Create equipment production table. What is this? Bow. And I need arrows. Arrows is in I. Need more tree branches. Okay. Create equipment production table. Isn't this what this is? This is what I've built. That's this thing. I don't know. Lumber. Alrighty guys, I think I've got the hang of it and I don't want to waste too much time in peaceful mode. Like my next thing I'd probably build the research table, because that would be where all the cool tech stuff is. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I hope this was helpful to some of you wondering what the game's like. Obviously I'm still very early in the game and I haven't got to the horde part, but waiting for the first night, like I'm at 18 hours, so you know I'd have to play another 6 hours worth of in-game time. I mean, I guess it is progressing. Like you can see that circle in the top right. That circle looks like when it gets to the horde, to the midnight. It's weird though. It says 18 hours, but it doesn't look dark. How? Or will it just suddenly get dark closer to the 24th hour? Anyway, let's take a look at this too. Okay, so I can upgrade stuff like that. Not enough materials. I am curious though what would happen if I just went and stood over here when the horde comes. When the zombies come to get you at night. That's good. I'll just play a little bit longer just to try to get to that midnight when all the zombies spawn. Just to see what happens when I run away from them before I end this video. So if you want to stick around and watch that, just skip, actually just skip ahead, like don't waste your time. Because this is, you can see the time progression. It's not to scale obviously, but it still takes a while to reach that first wave. Gives you time to gather, so not a bad thing, but for someone watching, obviously you're gonna get bored. I'm just gonna keep gathering lumber, because that's what I was short on. Maybe I can make arrows now. Yes. Is it just one arrow, or did I make a ton of them? Oh, 5 each. 5 per. So does that automatically... Yeah, cool. Let's test them out. Oh, that's creepy. How creepy is that? Look at that. Oh, it just fires it straight up. It wasn't like a drawback thing. The right click is the drawback. Okay. Found one arrow. Does the other one roll on the ground? Oh, crossbow. I'm stuck into that thing. What's this? Okay. Crossbow damage 15. Normal bow damage 10. And I need crossbow bolts. Bolt. Needs tree branches. Alright. Let's get me some tree branches. Can I get crossbow bolts back from shooting them in and stuff? Sick. That is cool. You know the devs care about the game when they they include a basic thing like that, but it actually means a lot. I wish the doors wouldn't disappear when I did that though. Or if they did, like, the character should be carrying 2 doors, like one on each arm, like body armor. Okay, let's test this crossbow out. So yeah, that is the pullback, the right click. When you go to aim, that's already, you know, ready. Oh, 1 hit. Do I lose it? I mean, logically, if it exploded the head, it would have kept flying over this way and ended up somewhere over here. I don't know, I have to test it a bit more. It worked on the tree. Is there one over here somewhere? No, I can't see it. So you lose it. I doubt it would blow up something explosive, but just in case. Nope. So yeah, it works on solid objects. What if I hit them in other areas, not the head? That still killed him. Okay, I can't hit them once they're knocked. Really? Okay, so there are 2 in that one. 1. And he fell under the building. Under that. About this guy. 1. 2. Take all T. 2 bolts. Oh, wait, I'm gonna try to angle it. What are you doing? Stop. So have I lost it now? Yeah, you lose it if it headshots. It's kind of lame. I have to check if that happens with the bow now, because I want to know. Let's find someone else to headshot. That guy. What the heck? Go away. That felt good. Yeah, they're gone. So headshots, or did that gone, or did it go through him? Ah, need to headshot another one now. Yeah, so if it goes through the head, it should be on this wall somewhere. There's nothing around here. Yeah, so headshots definitely do get rid of, you lose your ammo. Only disappointing. Like, I want a headshot because I can, but I wouldn't want to lose materials every single time. Hey, I wonder if I can get him through the building. Nope. If I jump up, can I get him through here? Really? So I can see through it, but I can't shoot through it. if I try to aggro him. Not really. Yeah, see, that was in like the shoulder and chest. Get them both back. Yeah. Huh. Okay, so it starts getting dark around, what is this, 8? Around 8. It's a late evening. And the broken glass is solid. Or it's just not textured well. It's poorly textured, dirty glass.
Ah!